friends, and welcome back to Beloved Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Y'all, get somewhere, get comfortable, get cozy, kick off your shoes, get in your favorite spot, all the good things that y'all know I be telling y'all to do. Okay, so we about to get into this. I ain't gonna waste no more of your time, but yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our special feature today, which is titled Relationship Status. Now, you can find this series streaming right now for free on YouTube. But first, let me tell y'all what this series is about. This series follows a millennial couple, Melanie and Matthew, who after 3 months of dating begin to explore the foundation for sustainable love as conflict forces them to expose boundaries and expectations that will test their commitment to each other. Are they ready for a love that lasts? Never ends. Y'all know I be having a lot to say, but this is a faith-based series, so I'm very excited about this. I'm gonna leave all the information in the description box on all the writer, producer, all that good stuff, y'all know. But we're gonna go ahead and get into these people's business because we got a lot to talk about here, okay? Y'all, okay. So this series opened up with your girl Melanie. Now, all right off the bat, what I get from her is she's very relatable. Okay, anybody you kind of grew up in an urban environment, or you know how your girls is. Okay, that is Melanie. Melanie is like, you can tell she all giddy. She all on cloud nine because she in a relationship now, okay? That's been for 3 months, and she walking in the door, okay? We hear her outside. We already in her house, right? We hear her outside on the phone with her homegirl, y'all, talking about her man and everything, okay? We already hear her loud and clear. So we open the door, we really hear what's going on. And she's telling her homegirl like how Buddy different, okay? Because he remembers stuff. He remember how she he remember how she like her orange juice, okay? And I'm like, goodness, Melanie, is it really that serious? You're doing too much, all right? It's only been 3 months, okay? Yeah, you remember, all right? Okay, so you remember, right? And so we see like she dressed like she just came back from the gym, got her little bag in her hand, you know, her phone on the phone, getting in the door, ain't even getting there good yet, and she noticed somebody at her door, right? So she turns, she goes to the door and look, and lo and behold, who it is, it's Matthew. It is Matthew at the door. And we learn right away, because she's telling her homegirl, like, she's like, okay, like, you see she all excited. Y'all know how we do. When you in a new relationship, everything brand new and all of that, you excited, you got a lot to say. Every good thing somebody do, it is like the most amazing thing ever. And that is how she is talking about Matthew. And she tell her homegirl, all right, like, he at the door, girl, I gotta go. He told me to be ready by 7. Like, he gonna be here by 7. What is 6:15? What he doing here? And that's what I want to know, okay? We know that sometimes people be late and stuff, or just getting there, but you telling me you there at 6:15, and you said you're gonna be here by 7? All right, so I'm just like, okay, what's up, Matthew? All right, I know that may seem like a good thing to some people. For real, it probably would seem like a good thing to me too, but I feel like it's probably something a little bit more going on. But whatever, I ain't finna jump to conclusion, be about y'all business stuff, but nevertheless, I'm here, right? And so Melanie get off the phone with her homegirl. She's like, I gotta go. Her friend tell her, just breathe. What you mean, just breathe? You see, that's what I mean. She too happy. She too up there, y'all. Like, it ain't even all that. Ain't even all of that, okay, Melanie? Yeah, breathe, girl. Don't let him see you like that. My goodness. Calm down. So she opened the door, and he there. Right away, we see her a bouquet of roses, y'all. Oh, y'all know already. You done melt her heart. You done met our heart, okay? See, I'm putting me in there. I'm already putting me in there. Don't melt our heart. He coming up And he see her with her gym clothes on or whatever. And we see how you looking, Matthew, or whatever. He's talking about something about Pilates or whatever. Like, he know they doing it like that. And, you know, he coming up with a little jokey joke. He coming up with a little jokey joke, y'all. And right off the bat, that let me know, like, okay, this is a charmer here. This is a guy who like to play. He like to play, and that's a good thing, because we all like a guy who can make us laugh, who can make us smile. And clearly we get that right off the bat that Matthew, that's what he do. Okay, he's like that. And then on top of him looking the way that he's looking, so you're making our girl Melanie smile, you're making her laugh, and then you're looking the way you're looking. He come there, he's dressed appropriately, pants looking nice, okay, everything ironed, looking sharp and all of that. So we feeling that, we liking that, right? So he come at the door, and then Melanie turn around, you know, wherever she don't put her flowers, we don't even know where she put them at, like that, right? But she's still all happy. She turn around and she know buddy looking at her. She know that, right? Especially when you dress like that, you dress like you don't came from the gym, you're sweaty and everything like that. But okay. And so y'all know, this is like, they trying to do it. Well, she's trying to do things God's way. She know, like, her expectations. She's trying to stick to her what's the word, y'all? I said expectations, but she's trying to, her standards. She's trying to stick to her standards. And I have to say right off the bat, I'm loving that. I like that about her, that she does have some standards in place. She knows where she would like this to go. At the same time, she knows she wants to do it God's way. And clearly, she hasn't done it God's way in the past. So this is a brand new season, brand new guy, and we want to go on this right. So she done laid out her expectations clearly, because Matthew even mentioned it here when we get to the certain scene, okay? But before we get there, I noticed the look on Melanie's face, and we know that look, okay? We girls, we know certain looks, all right? Don't play no games. Don't try to front Melanie, okay? I know you got your standards and expectations and your boundaries and all of that in place, but at the same time, I see that you kind of being a little bit of a tease. Like, we can't like ignore that. Matthew is picking this up. Clearly, he is kind of picking this up because, like, when he get good and well in the kitchen, right, leaning against the wall, you can tell he was already kind of trying to think of how he gonna say what he about to say. And I'm like, you better be careful with what you about to say, because you gonna, clearly, we ain't got no problem showing you to the door. The door ain't far away, Matthew. You just got in here, so be careful with what you about to say, okay? So we see he trying to do that, and he lay out for Melanie, like, basically tell her, like, can you tell her something, ask her something, whatever. And Melanie's like, yeah, sure. And she knows she digging in the refrigerator or whatever. And then she look at him like, okay, she's listening. And then he lay out talking about some, like, we've been together for 3 months. And I'm like, all right, where is this going? What that's supposed to mean? What you mean we've been together for 3 months? I know we've been together for 3 months. What you trying to say? You know, what you trying to say, Matthew, okay? And then he lays out talking about some, like, basically, like, he knows certain things are in place. Like, she made it very clear from the beginning. However, they've been together for 3 months, and basically he really care about her and all of that. So, and what's really, like, the point? Like, why would you basically want to make us wait when you didn't wait before? Ain't like you ain't been on this road before. And I'm like, okay, back it up. Back it up, Matthew, now. Back it up, okay? What you trying to say now, okay? You already know I already done laid this out for you. Yeah, you know about my past and everything. But that don't mean I'm defined by that. That don't mean that's the playbook, okay? We on something different now. I thought we was here, Matthew. I thought we was here. I really thought that. What you bringing this up now like that for? What you doing, okay? And so Melanie kind of laid it out clear, like she's just trying to say, like, she don't want to make certain mistakes anymore. Like, that was the past. She's on something different now. And then Matthew's talking about something. You see, he's trying to be slick. He gonna put in there talking about, well, or what you trying to say? Am I a mistake? And she was like, no, like, you know, trying to sweeten the blow a little bit. Of course you ain't no mistake. And he know that. He know that. He don't need us telling him that, Melanie, okay? With his little cute, so he trying to be cute. He too cute for his own good, like for real, for real. But Melanie kind of, you know, like basically let him know. And it basically not about that. Like they're on something different, and basically she want to do things differently, and we understand that. Like the way she did stuff in the past, it didn't work before. Doing it outside of God's perfect plan and will for her life ended up with bad results. And right now, she really cares about him. She knows that he really cares about her, and it just makes sense for them to do things God's way, to do things different. We want to wait until we are married to even take that step, and we don't need to be talking about this. Like you already in my place now, okay? You already in here. I already done let you in the door. Why are we even having this conversation? That's basically, you know what I'm thinking. Like, and I know Melanie was really cool about this kind of thing. She didn't really take stuff to heart. She wasn't really like taking it personal like that. Even though I felt like, and he was pushing, he really was, but he was pushing in a gentle way. It wasn't like in a way where it felt forceful, like an ultimatum, like if we don't do this, like he's basically leaving or something like that. He seemed very chill, very cool about this. It looked like he was testing the waters to see how far she would go, and he was willing to go as far as she would let him. That's what I picked up on. That's what I was getting. And he was doing it in a very, like I said, he was too cute for his own good in a very adorable way. Like, it's just the way that he phrased his words, the look that he had, the expression that he had on his face, and the look that he had in his eyes. It told so much more than what he was actually saying. But at the same time, it was clear that you can kind of read between the lines of where he was trying to go. All right. And so Melanie took him by the hand, you know, want to soften the blow a little bit more and make it a little bit more comfortable for him. And they sat down together, and she sat on his lap. And I just felt like, Melanie, you just said prior, you know, let him know, remind him of your standards and your boundaries and your expectations and how you didn't want to be distracted and all of that. But yet you were being a distraction. Yes, I'm going to tell you this, girl. Okay. He may not can't say this to you because he know you would show him to the door. Well, we would show him to the door. But I'm going to say it to you, girl, Melanie. You were being a distraction. You were already dressed the way you was dressing. And you may say, well, the little he won't pull it up on me. He was supposed to be here by 7. If he would have came by 7 like he said he was going to come, that I would have been in something a little bit more appropriate, okay? And I would have been a little bit more, you know, I've been a little bit more, you know. And yet, you're in your spandex, you're in your gym clothes or whatever. So right off the bat, he's seeing a little bit too much than he needs to be seeing right now. Because you see where his mind at, okay? And we obviously see where his mind at. And why you came here, Matthew, as early as you came, you want to talk about, want to throw your mama in there, want to say, oh, that your mama basically told you that you show up early for the people you like or whatever. It goes more than for a job. And if you want to compare me to a job interview, Matthew. And that would have been cool and all, because it had us smiling, it had us giddy and stuff, especially after you gave us our roses and everything. But you really showed your intentions when you laid out, reminded me of my past and reminded me where I went and how far I went prior, before you got here. And you basically trying to say, well, it shouldn't be, basically there ain't nothing new. If you don't went as far as you don't went before, you should have a problem going as far right now. And they ain't how we doing this, Matthew. Ain't how we doing this, Maddie, okay? That's just not how it's going down, okay? And so I know I got on him a lot. I really did. But back to you, Melody, okay? You ain't making this no easier. It is like you are contradicting what you're saying, because if you're basically telling him you're a godly woman, you want a godly relationship, and you're waiting, and I get you couldn't help the way you was dressed because you showed up early, but you ain't excuse yourself to change had him wait in the living room, or y'all could have sat out on the porch or whatever. Nah, he all up in your place. You still dressed the way you dress. And then on top of that, you sit on his lap. And it's like, what signs, what signals here are you sending him? What are you expecting him to do? And even to the point where you sat him down, you was talking to him all quiet with your little quiet voice and everything, and that ain't making it no better. I just putting it in there, ain't making it no better now. And he basically bring up like he got knees, like he got knees in this one. For him to continue to stay in this mindset, and he is able to do this because you are setting the mood in the way. Like you now you're sitting on his lap. So it's like all that stuff that you just said kind of went out of the window. He got to be reminded all over again because you done made this move right here, and the ball was in your court, Melanie. Okay, I just had to say this now. I gotta say this now. All right. And so they sitting there, right, y'all? And like he say, a man got knees. And tell God your needs, okay? He said he would supply all your needs. What that got to do with me? Like, what that got to do with me? Matthew, what that got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I was thinking when he was saying that. And she was still like being very cool, gentle in her approach with him. But I gotta say, me and Matthew, we would have been at it. We would have been having a real conversation at this point. We would have been having a real conversation at the door, okay? He would have got the door before we let him in the door. I'm just saying now. I'm just saying, okay? All right. Anyways, getting back to the story. So he basically, and she just sitting there or whatever, and he was like, I thought you said you were sweaty, because she did mention it, like she just got back from the gym, she all sweaty or whatever, and he was like, I thought you said you were sweaty. How you basically cozied up on him like that. I get what he was saying. He had every right to ask that question, girl. He really did. And then she talking about something. Here she go, y'all. Here she go. Basically ain't nothing wrong with a preview. Girl, you're doing too much. See, these people, you're doing too much, Mel. Y'all supposed to be grown here, and you're doing too much, okay? So, I mean, she rewarded him with a little butterfly kiss or whatever. And while they just in this moment, this very intimate moment, which I gotta give them their props. It didn't go no further than where it went. But it was just the principle, the point of the matter. You know what I'm saying, y'all? It was just that for me. But yeah, and then his phone go off. And he pulls it out of his pocket. And she's just like, and that's when the mood totally changed. He totally ruined the mood, the moment here. And she's like, basically asking him about why some girl like in his pictures. Matthew, at this point, ain't got nothing to say, but he ain't got no answers. His only answer is him looking crazy. Okay, she get up and walk away, and he's sitting there just looking crazy. And that is how the episode ended, y'all. And I was just like, I had a good time with this episode because I get the whole point of it, where they coming from here, and with this young couple. And the whole dynamic of dating right now, especially if you're trying to date God's way, courting someone, like doing everything God's way, and then you're trying to figure it out, okay? I mean, you're just meeting this person. In a sense, it's only been 3 months, so things are fairly new. Y'all still kind of getting a feel for each other, filling each other out, and and that's what people do, unfortunately. But it happens. People test the boundaries. They're gonna test their limits, and it's at that point when we're gonna see like who's gonna give into who, or if it's going to like you both gonna somehow get on the same page. We don't know at this point because clearly we are in murky waters right now. Like I said, it's a fairly new relationship. They both know that they're going to try to do it God's way, but we do see there are temptations here, as they are going to be, when you're in this particular type of dynamic, right? And then on top of that, we also have dealing with the era of social media and how that plays into this dynamic here in what we got going on. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to turn out. What is going to be Matthew's excuse, his explanation for this? Is he playing games with your girl, or is he really serious? Because he did mention in this episode that he was basically willing to wait as long as she wanted, that he feels like she is important to him, she's special to him, and he's basically in this. He's in this for the long haul. But yet, clearly there's some indication here that it's questionable. And there's also some questionable things with Melanie as well, because she is the one that set certain standards, certain boundaries that clearly came from her. But yet, like I said here, we also seen that she was being a little bit of a stumbling block for him as well in this episode. So all I'm saying, I'm hoping it turn out right for your girl Melanie here, because clearly I'm for the girls, right? But at the same time, I gotta call it like I see it. If Matthew, like I did here, okay, I clearly saw how Matthew had rewrite to say certain things that he said, to even in a sense test certain things, because clearly you were sending mixed signals, right? So that is Relationship Status Season 1, Episode 1. And that's all I have for y'all for this episode. But before we leave here, we're going to go ahead and get to the scripture. And remember, this series is streaming right now for free on YouTube. Y'all go support, because we need more series, more motion pictures like this, that clearly God is the foundation, and at the same time we have our lead actors are of color here, and it's just all around across the board. This is a good thing for all of us, for the faith-based community, as well as just people in general. Like, we really need to see what it looks like to follow the Lord when you are dating and when you are dealing with other people. So let's go ahead and get into the scripture, and we are coming out of Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. And it reads, "Watch and pray lest you enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." So that's all I have for y'all for this video. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Please remember to leave y'all thoughts, your prayers, your overall take in the comment section below, because y'all know I love hearing from y'all. And until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.